So, there we go. You never see the thing until you hit the go live button. I don't know why they make it like that. Seems a bit ridiculous to me, but there we go. Looking good, looking good, looking good, you guys. You guys. Get this guy zoomed in a little bit. Popped up like that, and I think we're gonna be all set and ready to go. So, tell me where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich? Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna tell you what I've already done to this canvas so far, right? I put my acrylic moon on there and let that guy dry. I've got a video on how to do moons just like this. Then we let it dry, and then I covered the entire canvas with liquid clear, and then I covered the area with crimson and our dioxazine purple. And you can see I got one crimsony waterfall down the edge over here. So we already know where it's gonna be set up. We just gotta get out here and start chucking in some clouds, which is gonna be fun. So we'll go through onto our white paint, just like this, onto an old fan brush. And then we gotta have some clouds in front of our moon and push it backwards, right? The more that you put on there, the more is going to cover that moon, right? We don't necessarily need to see every bit of that moon. And we pop out some real bright little crazy little spikers out there, right? Now, let's grab our PaintWithJosh 1-inch brush. This is gonna be amazing. Always give it a little slam before you start. And then let's stay in this bright area first. And we'll start mixing these guys down. And the more we push on the color, that white, the more it interacts with the color underneath it. So if there's more purple, it will shine more purpley. If there's more pinky crimson, it will shine more pinkery. We get to decide how much pinky up your grass gets to be there, right? Bang, just like that. Oh, guys, a little crazy old cloudscape is forming. What if we popped up into the bright part, or into the darkness of that cloud down there? Drop down a whole nother crazy, just wherever it wants to be. We can have our clouds do whatever they want. Look at those purple colors. Oh, it's so dioxazine purple, you guys. Woo! The more you push, the more it'll soften and drag its way down and down and down. Then we can go back in and brighten it up with our titanium white. Right? Go back over certain areas that we want to show. Not every place needs to be the brightest. Right? Of course, the tops are going to be a little bit brighter. And then we work it down into the darkness. And it starts to drag down and get darker and darker and darker. Now, the best part about the clouds is you could do them 100 million different ways. Right? You could keep putting more stuff on. Let's come back in here and add a little bit. Pow! Just poo-boosh! Right into there. Because we kept our bright area away from that next bright area, then it's going to mix down and leave some areas of bright and leave some areas of dark. It's exactly what clouds do. They wiggle down and get you... Oh, that's very cool looking. That's pretty cool looking, you guys. Pretty cool indeed. Now, the reason that the white is interacting and changing colors is because, if you missed it, we've already told you, we put all those undercolors down there. So down here it'll be a little bit more pinky, and especially in our crimson area, it's gonna be very pink little watery waterfall. Now, let's get that waterfall in there. Let's get a little bit of our white. All right, we're gonna want to roll over and down. So there's a bit of pink, and then there's a bit of purple in there as well, and then there's more pink down at the bottom, as you can see. But our waterfall is gonna come out and just light up everything as it rolls down. Turn the brush over. Dump it off into places in the beyond. It's gonna go crazy, right? As it mixes, the more it mixes, the more brightness we're gonna see. So we can see that pinky purpley water as it's falling over. And eventually, it's gonna dissipate down at the bottom. So we're pulling our brush away, and so we don't see all of it fall down. Look at those color changes. That's really cool. That's really cool, you guys. Come off the side, take one of our older 2-inch brushes, just because it's all nasty. Or 1-inch brush, sorry. Just go softly over the edge. Look at those colors. Oh, that's cool. Now, we're not going to see all of the waterfall, right? We have to start throwing in some of our plaque mix and getting some of our rocks and sitch to get out there, right? So we're going to mix up our plaque mix. And this time we're using our Prussian blue along with 2 other colors to make a very deep dark just an immense darkness, right? Because we got to black out anywhere that has color, right, is going to be covered up. So, not everywhere, but if you want to project some distance, right, when we come up here, we're kind of hide a little bits of that waterfall. We're just trying to scrape out, just pow, hide a couple little pieces of it, because we don't need to see every single bit coming off of every edge. And then there's going to be an old little tree out there sitting on top of this little guy. So we're going to cover up a little bit of our clouds, right? Putting out a little, like a, I don't even know what that would be, like a little ledge to nowhere, a little bridge of Khazad-dûm, right? It doesn't need to be super long, and you want it to be sharper at the end, and then get a little thicker and a little thicker and a little thicker as it goes down, right? All we're doing, blacking out our background area that we don't want to see. Okay, we don't need to have rocks everywhere, but we just want to see a little bit of that water coming out, and then we'll go back and highlight all these little rocky deals, right? Maybe, you know, a little projection, just pow, right there, right? Came out, covered over some of that water, just helps push it back behind our little rocks is all we got to do. Then we'll start launching off some crazy little bushes and different things that are happening down there, right? But if all of that water was coming down, we'd either get some mist coming off of it, or we need to add some more clouds down in here, right? So let's just say, Joshy, what are we gonna do if we rolled out over that side? Just kind of extending it out a little bit. There we go. I can see it in the night. In the night, you guys. Gotta get in there with enough white on the brush so it doesn't change. There we go. Drop it over. Bang, just like that. A little bit of craziness, right? Make it bright enough to begin with. There we go. Perfection. Now, if all that water is falling down, we're going to have some sort of something. Oh, there's that pinky color. I knew we'd get some sort of pink back inside this guy. You dip down underneath, come up around the other side. Right? Whatever it does, it does. That's all on it. Now, excuse me. Let's get out here. We're going to start to mix it down. Look at these colors. You guys, if pinky purple is your thing, then this one is going to be real fun for you. And the more we mix it up, the more it all goes the same. So we kind of got to judge and go, okay, all right, I like it, I like it, I like it, right? The clouds don't have to touch. We got to have some form of darkness in there somewhere, you would imagine, right? Some form of something out there in the night. You guys, this one is already gone. You're correct. Cosmic came in and grabbed this one before the show even started. So you know what? I gotta have that painting. Guys, it's kind of like a recreation of another one that she has. It's a little different. It was my older school, like my old school moons. And this one is the newer school moon. I'm gonna go right here into my flat brush, my PaintWithJosh flat. And we're gonna get out here. Let's just make a little tree trunkery of something that's living right out there. Bang. We don't even need to see many little branches. They don't have to be very thin, right? Just a bit of some kind of trunk reaching up into the night. You guys. Now, I wanna grab just a bit of my Bob Ross Crimson, and a bit of the Meaden Crimson. Not too much of either. There we go. That is going to be a gorgeous color. When we get up here, it's going to be the shadow for all of our little pinky leaves that are going to be up on top of this guy, right? So let's imagine popping this out. Have our little cherry, our little bit of pinkness in the night. And the more little things that you put up there, right, the more texture it's going to have, the more cool it's going to be. And remember, we're using full pressure up there like that. Now, if we came into our liquid white, went back into that same kind of crimson-y pinkish color, just to see, we got to get it whiter than that. We need a little bit more of our liquid white. There we go. Just to get it brighter, and then let's come up the tip top. Oh, look at that pink. Oh, it's gorgeous. And it'll just blend in perfectly with the color underneath because it's the same color. One just has a bit of white on it. Oh, guys, look at that. Isn't that just the prettiest darn thing you ever done did seen? Back in 1864. Over there, tapping on little bits. We don't need everything to be so bright. It's got to be a little darker as it goes outward, right? So we don't want to pop on too many bits. Oh, you guys. You guys. Oh, that's it. That's money right there. That's what you want to see, right? We don't want to see every bit of all the darkness lit up. We still got our tree trunk back in there. And those branches, which I told you didn't need to have many of because you're not going to see a lot of them, right? Now, let's get out here and start throwing on some rocks. A bit of our brown, and let's have a bit of our crimson too. Why not? Mix that guy in together. Mix them together. Need a bit of our darker brown as well. Just a hair we go, just to help it out. The smallest bit. A bit of our white to brighten it up and show us what we got. What do we got? Ooh, that's a cool looking rocky color. We're gonna come out here and tap onto the top. A couple little bits. Maybe we've got a couple little taps going down the side, right? Not everywhere has to be covered fully, which means that if you just kind of tap on a few little pieces of brownery, that's all you really need to see. You don't have to see every single piece of everything, right? Just a bit of brown behind him as well. You just show that light kind of tracking back here. Leave a bit of darkness because we got to have a shadow back there. So look at that, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? The more paint you put up there, the more darkness you're going to cover. So be careful, right? Let's come down here. It's again, these guys, you can do them a little differently. Give them a little swipe down like that. Bang. Look at that. Oh, it's fantastic. Just very lightly dragging over the darkness that we put up there, right? If you didn't put any dark color up there, then you have nothing to drag over, right? That dark color grabs the light for us and helps it break. So if you don't have the darkness up there, then your light won't have anything to break upon. It came down from a different angle. Right? Look what you can do. Just a couple little swipes down coming from a different angle. Look at that. Look at the things you can do. Do you see? Do you see these things that we can do if we don't cover up everything and we leave little bits and we can go side to side, we can put different things. You can make them a little bit bigger, a little brighter, or drag them down a different way. And each time that you do it, it's gonna make it look cool. So cool, guys. You don't want to put too much paint up there, remember. Just like that. Look at that, my friends. It's fantastic, I love it. I can't wait to get this one over into the dry room, you guys. Into the dryness. Oh, it's gonna be fabulous. PaintWithJosh bushy brush all washed off. So, you guys let me know where you're watching from. Just what time is it where you are in the night? Because for me, we've been flying through this painting. Man, time flies when you're having fun, eh? Because this one's really rocking and rolling. Dude, I like that waterfall. I like that waterfall. You guys over on YouTube, make sure you give me a thumbs up. That's all we need. What's up, Charlene? Watching from Oklahoma, looking great. 813 over there. We got an abstract beauty, says Mike McGrath. Ooh, love it. You know what we're going to do that we didn't do in previous paintings? Oh yes, we're going to put in just another, like a mega deal over here, which is going to be amazing. Literally amazing. You could call your painting done right now. You know what I mean? You could, if you wanted to. You'd be like, you know what? I don't want to add anything else to it. That's what I want it to look like. Come up here, pop a little bit of our brown up into our chunky bits. Just again, by tapping it on and allowing the darkness to grab a little bit of it. That's all. Literally it. Tap it. Tap it. Right? A couple little bits. Maybe there was a little light inside there, but we don't want to go all the way to the back edge. You got to have a darker side of your tree, no matter what color it is. Oh, Cosmic, can we do like a big, just a big old pine tree or something down here in the front? Because it just looks so gorgeous, if you ask me. We need a big old pine tree down there. Cosmic's over on YouTube watching. Hey, says Todd. Patty Thomas Thorne says, my dad says hi. Hey, what's happening? Anything. Literally anything. And then we can do it in like pinky, bluey, or pinky, purpley highlights and stuff. Be cool. It would be cool, guys. So we're going to put in a whole new bit down here, right? You got all this room, and all this room that, of course, it's clouded up, but if we really wanted to add another bit of foreground to it, oh yes, I already see it. I see it. All we need to do is mix up some of our plaque mix, right? So what are those 3 colors that it takes in order to mix up our Paint with Josh plaque? The deepest and darkest of all deep, dark colors known to exist in mankind's history. Yeah, guys, what do we got? Remember, guys, we also have the spinny winny wheel. You guys all know the wheel, right? When somebody grabs a painting during the show, they get the wheel. And we made it available now so you guys can spin the wheel for 35 schmackaroosies. You can go over to my store, type in spinny winny wheel spin, right? You can grab one, and we literally spin the wheel for you. Whatever you win, get it sent right out to you. Thought it was kind of a cool idea. That way you don't know if nobody has the, not everybody has the means to get all the paintings during the show, but if you wanted a spin, we've now made them available. Now that I've got my big old darkness, right? The dark mush of paint that we're gonna have over here. I'm gonna clean off this massive old fabric. Just like this. Throw it down. And then you guys are gonna have to start coming up with a title for this wicked cool painting. Right? You gotta have, oh man. I was thinking either like a pointy top of a pine tree where we can kind of see the trunk of the tree in between, you know what I mean? So it's not all filled in. Or what about a giant sticky tree? Like it would have to be so thick though. It's gonna cover up so much. Ooh, I can't decide. I can't decide back there. The dinner bell, that's what that sounds like. The dinner bell. Let's see. Give me 3 colors and 1 planet or a galaxy. I'll try to paint one, even though I'm not good at painting. Well, I mean, you just gotta go choose. Like pink, purple, blue, yellow, green, blue, yellow, crimson, purple. They all work perfectly. All right, let's see, guys. All right, let's pop in one of these guys just real quick. Just a little old guy, because I love these little trees where we can see the gap in between. All right, so let's come way the heck up here. Pushing harder in as we go down. Harder, 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 harder. Bang, it does not have to go all the way down. But now this little guy is going to be sitting much closer to us than our other tree off in the distance. Let's skip an area, pop out down there, right? Little things. Make like little eagle's nests. That's all we ever try to make them look like. All right, pop them out like this. Now, the best part about doing these little guys is if you don't like how it looks, you can always go back in and fill it, right? But if you fill it all out and then you don't like how it looks, then you're stuck with that whole filled out little tree, right? Now, not everywhere is going to be all the same. All right, maybe this guy, we pop out a little bit more down here. He's got a little extra chunks, some more branches, some sort of something is all we really need. And I think we're gonna put flowers and all sorts of stuff down here. So, a couple little things, boop, 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 little bits, right? Not everywhere's all exactly the same. They don't all go out exactly the same. And, bink, like I said, if you don't like it, you go back in, you add some stuff. Oh, that's gonna be fantastic. Just fantastic. I love it already. I love it. I just love it. Yes. Yes. Pop this guy out down here, though, just so he looks a little thicker. Okay. Now, wash all the chunkified paint out of this old brush. And then we'll get back and highlight that little dude. Now, what colors would you highlight this tree with? Can I ask you that question? If you were me, what colors would you choose to highlight the paint with? Again, what colors would you choose, right? Each time we do a canvas, there's always another chance or another opportunity to do it a little differently, right? So, what would you choose on this one? Would you go yellow and green? I wouldn't. I mean, you could, but I wouldn't. I would try to kind of stick with our color theme, right, of our purples and pinks and stuff. But what would you guys do? Pop in. I'm going to need a bit more of this brownery, a little bit of my yellow ochre. We're going to make a little bit of our tree trunk under this guy. So a bit of our dark sienna, Van Dyke brown, yellow ochre. And there is a touch of white in there, but we don't want to have it too bright. Nah, there we go. too bright now. Over here, I'm gonna tap on to our exposed areas of our trunk, literally trying to get the paint to stick on there and have a ridge, like a bit of bark, right? So when the time comes that you go to feel it, and it's all dry, and because someone eventually does, they'll come over to your house and be like, ooh, people love touching paintings to see the texture, right? Which is why we put lots of texture on our paintings, because they're fun to touch. Over there, little bits, leave it dark on the back side. We don't need to see too much onto the back, right? Now, why am I highlighting the left side of this guy and I highlighted the right side of everything else? Well, because he's over here now, and if the light is coming from our moon, it's going to be lighting up his left side because he's on the right side of the moon. See what we're talking about over here? Do you see? Now, I need to get a little bit more of my liquid white. Oh no, I threw away the last bit of liquid white, guys. What are we going to do? What are we going to do here? Okay. It's okay. We got brand new jugs. I just got to get it opened. Now, when you get your brand new jug, right, if it's been sitting for a long time, the thick paint will sink to the bottom, and your top paint will be like water. You don't want it that wet. You really want to shake it up. And every so often, if you're going to let them sit, turn it upside down. Let it sit that way. And then every, like a week goes by, turn it back over. And that way it won't all sink to the base, right? Got to shake it up good, like Taylor Swift, man. Oh, over here. No, that was shake. Yeah, no, it was Shake It Up. Yeah, I'm right. It was Shake It Up. That's that song. She's got a very famous song called Shake It Up. And that's what you have to do with this jug. Is literally shake it up. Now, why they would give you a jar with a piece of thing on that there's no possible way to open, don't ask me, but there we go. Make a little hole in this guy. Like literally, there's usually a tab that says like pull me, you know what I mean, to get anything that's sealed to open, but this one doesn't have it, which means that we're gonna get way, way, way dirty trying to open up this jar. And that is that. Oh, God, dripping everywhere. It's all over my hands. Guys, what are we gonna do? What do we do, friends? This is why we wear gloves, though, seriously. Okay, now that we're going to get some liquid white into our little jar, what colors did you guys say that we were going to highlight it with? Because I forget. And like I said, you could do whatever you want. But as far as like green or yellow or anything, I would stay away from that if we're going with this color palette, right? So, did you guys also agree maybe we should stay away from the greens and yellows and maybe go bluey, purpley, pinky nonsense? Because that's what's going to look pretty, right? Let's see. What are you guys saying? What are you guys saying back here in the comments? We got purple, pink, and dark blue turquoise. That would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. What's up, Lurie? I'm so bad. Creates. Gotcha. Let's see. Amazing as you. Thank you, Nicholas. Appreciate you guys. This painting has already found a home. I know a spot. That's a cool title right there. That's a really cool title. I know a spot, right? Where the waterfall flows and the trees all knows. All right, let's get over here into our crimson-y color onto our Paint with Josh fan brush. This is the number 4 size, the little baby guy. Right, we use the bigger one to make our trees and the smaller guy to go back and pop on our little tippy tappies. Right, so we got our pink highlights onto this guy. Little things, not every branch is gonna all be exactly the same highlight, right? We don't have to show every single thing, and we wanna make sure that there's a bit of darkness, right? So, looks like I'm tapping at it a bunch and only dropping on little things. That's because I don't want to go too heavy. I don't want to hit it too hard in one spot. You can see the brush get darker and darker and darker each time because we're interacting with that plaque paint. And when we hit that plaque paint, that drops off our color and picks up the plaqueness, which will change the color of our brush. That's why we got to go wash it off, come back in here with a little bit of our crimson, a little bit of our white, just a little touchery back in. And again, corner of the brush, just kind of angling it away, tapping on little guys. We don't need everywhere to all be as bright, or vice versa, as dark. Right? Tap it in, tap it in, tap it in. Little guys out here in the night. Couple little bits down there. Right? Flip our brush over every so often. Pop, 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 pop. Little guys, right? Then we can go back with our purpley color and get our, there we go, a sharp little edge out here. Bink, bink, bink. There we go, one little bit, there we go. Now let's go get our purple with our liquid white. Ding, 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 dinner's ready, everybody. Maybe it's the sound of the UFC bell, right? We'll get our liquid white in with our dioxazine purple. So the same two colors that we've been using the whole time, right? And because the purple is so thick, sometimes you got to get back in there once or twice at least. We don't want to have any white bits onto the brush, or at least have them real far away. Get up here onto our purple side, start launching off little bits. Now remember, the sky out there is purple as well, so we don't want to have everything blend together too much, right? If you're getting too close to your edge, or all of it starts looking the same, or we're taking away all of our blackness, then we're not gonna like what it looks like, okay? I'm telling you from experience. Now, because the Paint with Josh brushes are a little smaller, you gotta go back, wipe it off, go back in here, load it up again. When you're wiping it off, you're wiping off the plaque color that is being stuck to our brush each time that we contact it, right? We drop off our highlight color or our shadow color, and then we're picking up that plaque mix as well. Crisscross into your highlights just a couple times, not too many, not too crazy. Boop, 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 boop. Couple little things. In the night, my friends, my guys and gals and painting pals. Look at those. Those are awesome. Now, what if we did some stuff down around here at the bottom? We're going to need to mix up a little bit more of our Paint with Josh plaque mix, though. The last of it that we have in order to launch in a bushery or two. We might need to use all of this. There we go. You can always go get more out of the box. But let's see, right? If this guy was out here in the night, I'm assuming he would be sitting at the base of this whole crazy thing. It's just loaded with flowers, a bit of land out here that we were able to walk out on and see that waterfall from this perspective, right? That title, I Know a Spot. That's really cool. I like that. That's the one I would go with. But it's not up to me. It's up to old Cosmic. Ooh, look at that. That's fantastic, everybody. Make sure it's real deep and dark at the bottom, nice and filled in, nice and mushed. We're gonna go wash off our brush, and then go back and highlight those little guys. And it's gonna be fantastic. Are you guys ready? Have you come up with a title for this painting yet? Because I've been asking you to come up with a title for this painting. Literally been saying, guys, gals, painting pals, you gots to come up with a title for old Paint with Joshy. And what have you been doing? Just sitting around watching the show? Like, I'm talking directly to you. You gotta get in there and see what we've got going on. Okay, let's go same colors, right? So our dioxazine purple first. Load the liquid white right out there on the end of the brush. Not trying to get the whole brush. Then I'm gonna angle it away, right? So instead of, my palette is almost upside down. If I was like this, I'd have to do it like that, just hitting the top corner of the brush, right? That way it's only up there. Then I can come in here, same angle, hit that top edge, or our bottom side anyway. My dyslexia is going hard today. Bang! Get all those little bits, all right? Not everywhere's got to be covered up or have anything. We need to leave our spaces. And even off the other side of the brush, right? We had our purple on the one side. Now I've loaded the brush up here. Again, very steep angle, so I'm only getting the paint on the top. See that space in between? Now I can come down here, same thing, hitting it from the top, turning the brush so we don't have the same bits. Boop, 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 all the way down. Right? Let's see if we can get any more. Bink, bink, boop. Right? How many little pieces do you have? Because sometimes you can't do the whole thing in one sitting. All right, come back, a little bit more of our liquid white, a little bit more of our crimsony bits. Pop, 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 pop. Come down over those little shadowy areas, right? And again, nothing has to be quote unquote as bright or thick or whatever as anything else. Our main goal, not to cover up all the darkness. If you cover up all of the dark, bink, a couple little bits on that side that got lit up. If we're covering up all the dark spaces underneath, right, or in between, then we have no depth to our tree or our bush or whatever it is. We'll have no depth to it if we're covering up all of those spots. Right? Those spaces are 100% vital to having a bush or a tree or anything that's full of depth. You get rid of all that dark color, and you'll never have that depth in there. Right? Look at that, guys! Woo! Let's throw a couple little... Should we throw some fireflies off in there? It's like little fireflies in the night. Man, that looks good over here. Cherry Falls. I like that, guys. Oh, thank you for Lugrelia Creates. Thank you for the super thanks. I love you. Oh no, that's so terrible. I'm so sorry. It's your happy place. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Did we say yes on the fireflies? Because that's going to be the one thing that we're going to look good with our yellows. The only time we use our yellow, actually. Oh, that tree. So we got Cherry Falls. I remember that. Definitely on the fireflies, guys. So, let's get our Paint with Josh liner brush. All right, got to get our liner brush. We have a little bit of our cadmium yellow that's up here already. We're going to get a little bit of our liquid white. Okay. And we did this last night with the fireflies in there. We kind of want to plunge the liquid white into the cad yellow. And really, it's really wet in that little hole. I'm telling you, everything sounds dirty, but that's what it's supposed to be right there. Super wet. Little thing that we have to plunge our brush into in order to get the color on it. I'm telling you, you can't just drag it out. You've got to make a little hole in the paint that is not dry. It's the opposite of that. I gotta get down here. I gotta stop talking. I gotta get down here. All right, let's come in here. We're gonna start little boops, just a little pop, little thing in the night. Now our fireflies don't always fly above our thing, right? They can be down low, they can be smaller, they can be bigger. They don't really go too high, so don't put them up too high. We'll have a couple little fireflies over here. Now let me show you again. Loading this paintbrush, okay? We do it for a reason, and I'm telling you, okay? Let's see if we can get it on both cameras. Okay, there we go. There's the hole right out there. It's hard to get it on both screens at once. You've got to plunge into that non-dry hole right there, right? And get that paint onto the end of our brush. That's how you got to do it. There's no other way to load it enough circularly to do it a different way. All right, so we'll go over here, and we just want to pop one little touch, a little tap, beep, little guys. Some of them are small, so you just want to barely touch it. Some of them are a bit bigger, so you can plunge it into there, right? The smaller ones will look further away. The bigger ones will look closer. We wouldn't be able to see any way the heck up there, really, right? If we're able to see these guys, we wouldn't really be able to see any up there, so don't put them up top. But just like that, guys, throw in a couple little fireflies just as easily as you possibly can. One little dab, but loading the brush is very important, right? If you're just trying to drag through with the liner brush, it's not going to be loaded that way. It's blunt. I'm telling you, that's how you got to do it, you guys. Get out of here, guys. You guys are terrible. You're just all terrible. Let's see. No, you missed it all. Hey, what's going on, Kartik? Let's see. So pretty. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys. Living on the edge. You guys, just get your minds just back into the right places, please. We're out here painting. We're out here painting, y'all. All right, so what are we going to name this one again? We're calling it Cherry Falls, I believe. Boop. Got the flip of the old thing. If you can't flip, guys, if you're having trouble flipping, then you're never going to be able to juggle in front of a wet painting. Like if you can, oh, I almost hit it. If you can juggle in front of a wet painting, then you've got confidence, man. In between cameras, it's one of these balls is trying to hit this painting. It literally is. Boom! But if you're having trouble flipping, then I suggest you practice juggling. Got a juggle. Cherry Falls, thanks to Mindy. Excellent. Oh, I think I saw the original pin, and I remembered the title, but I didn't remember the name of who the person was. So Mindy of... I think her art page is called Mindy's Oil Creations, I think? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Mindy's Oil Creations. I follow her on Facebook. Over here, boop, just like that. Over there, let's get this guy. Oh, that's a beauty. Just like this. 1683, the year that Columbus sailed the open sea, baby. I'm telling you. I sure put the marker away. Kind of have to title it, Josh. Let's see. Cherry Falls. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Paint on one. What's the date? Oh, you're joking. Is it the 1st of February? All right. 2, 1. God, this is so hard for my brain. 24. We're all going to go to PaintWithJosh.com. Because it's the bestest of all places, guys. You gotta go check it out. Now, I need to wash off some brushes, and we need to get set up for a wicked cool light party, everybody. I think this one's gonna look so neat under light party conditions. So, you guys are gonna have to get ready for that. You wanna know how you get ready? Here's how. I'm gonna tell you, okay? First things first, here's your flash warning. The screen is going to go crazy. It's going to get intensely colorful over here. Even more colorful than it has been. So if you're sensitive to light or flashes from your screen, then turn your phone away for the next 30 to 60 seconds. I will tell you that it's okay to look back when in fact it is okay to look back. Right? Now, if you are going to stay for the light party, I need you to do 2 things. I need you to type in the words, I'm ready, into the comments box right now. Type in the words, I'm ready. And then, I need you to tell me the first thing that flashes for you when we hit the light party. As soon as I see some I'm ready's, then I'll know you guys are all ready. And then we're going to do it, right? We're going to do it good. Starting in 3, 2, 1, light party! Boom! What flashes for you the most? What catches your eye? We haven't finished yet, so there's no birds, but I feel you. I won't forget them. Ooh, look at those little fireflies. They don't really blink out. They stay pretty bright, right? They stay pretty bright, guys. All right, the light party is concluding in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're back to normal lighting conditions, everybody. So, what flashed for you the most throughout that whole light party? What was the most colorful? What caught your eye? Tell me now. Tell me now. What was it out there that was catching your eyeballs and saying like, hey, look at me. Look at me, I'm flashing over here. Look at me. Look at me, guys. Look at me. Okay. That guy. Man, that was fantastic. Woo! I dig it. I dig it. Okay, now let's take a look at this painting in what we like to call an RGB party, right? Where we're going to shine just red lights, then just green lights, then just blue lights onto the canvas, okay? So I want you to tell me which one is your favorite at the end, right? We're going to go red in 3, 2, 1, red. Oh, guys, look at that. Oh, that looks so cool. Underneath all red conditions. I'm going to put the birds in. Chill out, chill out. We're not done yet. Chill out. Look at the red, right? Gonna go green in 3, 2, 1, green. Ooh, look at that. green. All right, gonna go blue in 3, 2, 1, blue. Ooh, look at the blueberries. Which one is your favorite? Man, that's cool. Look at that. Oh, those clouds in the background, they're so wicked neat. All right, we are back to normal lighting conditions. Ooh, that was the smoothest I've ever done it right there. Normal lighting conditions. Which one do you like the best? You like the green, you like the blue, or do you like the red? Type it in the comments now. Thank you, Laura Mitchell. I like the green, the red, the red, the green, the red, the red, the purple. The Max Squatch coming in with the trying to throw me off. Remember, guys, if you're watching over on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. This video will be able to be rewatched over on YouTube at the end of the stream when we finally end it. And you'll be able to learn how to paint this painting step by step from the beginning to the end. I'd already put the moon in, but other than that, we did it all right here on camera. I love the little pinky little tree up there. Oh, he's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So, let's throw the birds in, and then we'll shine it on the fronteries. There we go. I just have trouble finding my liner brush at the end of the day when I need the liner brush. I have trouble finding it. And come in here and go, caw, just flying in the night. Like, flying over there. Drop this guy down here. Zip, zap, zoop. Bang, just like that. Gorgeous, you guys. So, you guys have been amazing. I can't wait to see your versions of this painting. All right, so when you paint yours, send it in to me, because I can't wait to see it. Right? Let's tap out this. There we go. A little bit of those white dots. Some of the times they piss me off. There we go. Can't do a single Paint with Josh painting without finger painting a little bit of it. Oh, look at those clouds. Just rolling down into the deep, like Adele says. Right? Rolling in the deep. Okay, let's see. All right, guys, over on YouTube, I love you. And we'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Can't wait to see you there. And until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day. And blah, bow. Boo-boo. It's over. Roll.